Wide awake. In darkness I can see your face.
Alright. Cheers, mate.
When you're with me there's no pain. A vision and you're gone again. And I don't know where you've gone. And you never told me what was wrong. And I know life will carry on, but I forget how to be strong when the sun goes down. 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 And I don't know where you've gone. And you never told me what was wrong. And I know
How's it sound?
life will carry on, but I forget how to be strong when the sun goes down. 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 And I don't know where you've gone. And you never told me what was wrong. And I know life will carry on, but I forget how to be strong when the sun goes down.
What up, guys? How's everybody doing? Yeah, let's check out who's first. Looks like we got Ved first. So let's just find your track. There we go. Always moving.
Alright.
Should we go straight into it? Hang on one sec. Let me actually do that. And then I can keep the chat open here. I just wanted to thank you, Jules, because I have a 2 EP release soon on Peace Symphonies, and I'm overjoyed with this. That's awesome, man. Well done. Okay. Let's go. I dig it. It's pretty cool. I like the ARP, and the bass line's nice. The only thing I don't really like is the reverb on this, like 16th note hat thing. The hats sound nice, but I just think there's too much reverb on them. Yeah, I think just tidying them up a bit would be nice. The low end could be like a little heavier too. Like just a slight boost on the low end would be nice. Over here you can bring down that click quite a lot on the kick. It's coming through a bit strong, but when with the hats in, it's alright. I'm not so sure about like dropping in with the kick and no bass. Is the mic quiet? I can turn it up. I turned it down actually. So maybe that's why. Because when I was testing it, it seemed like it was too loud. Turning it back up. How is that better? something up at the high end here. It like feels quite brittle and almost like over compressed or something. Like the arrangement and composition is spot on, but yeah, just the high end feels a bit strange.
Hey Jules, nice to meet you. Can't wait to have a feedback on the track. Jenga Plan. I'm not familiar with Psytrance, but trying to do my best.
Sorry, I missed that message. It said, hey Jules, nice to meet you. Can't wait to have feedback on the track. I'm not familiar with Psytrance, but trying to be my best. Cool. Thanks for the donation. We'll get to all of your tracks in the queue. At the moment, the queue is actually pretty long for today. Wow. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people already in the donations queue. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was really nice, man. The ARP and the progression, everything's really spot on. I think just mixdown needs work, and yeah, that's unfortunately not that easy to get into without me opening the project file, because it feels like the high end's like something's happening there. It's like you've got a compressor on, like multiband compressor on or something. The high end just feels a bit like it's jumping up and down in volume. It's like a bit brittle and like unpredictable. So I think it could be cleaned up quite a lot. But otherwise, yeah, really nice. What did I want to say? I think that was it on the track. Yeah, I've got this new analyzer here. Got it today. This Vision 4X made by Noisia. And it's super nice. I love how they've basically connected the two analyzers here, the spectrum analyzer and the spectrogram, so that the frequencies line up. Like 100 hertz over here lines up with 100 hertz over there. So when you look at it, you can kind of see exactly which frequencies are where, and then it's a lot easier to go back into the project and, like, say, realizing that this area over here is 300 hertz makes it a lot easier to, like, fix problems. Because on the other spectrogram, I was like kind of just guessing where stuff was. Yeah, super nice so far. I haven't fully explored it yet, but if you want to get it, I have an affiliate link. Luckily, they were kind enough to provide me with the plugin to do a review, so this is kind of like part of the review, me testing it out for the first time. so far I dig it. My plan for this plugin actually is to maybe get like a Raspberry Pi and a small screen. Somebody here I think is doing that. I can't remember who it was. No, it's not Minimeters, it's called Vision 4X. I think I put a link. There should be a link that's showing up every once in a while. Yeah, the analyzer. If you scroll up, Nightbot is posting it every once in a while. Yeah, so the plan is to like get a second screen, just a small one, like that big, and then attach it like above or below my screen and just permanently have the analyzer on. And then it's pretty easy like to route audio. I've got this Voice Meter Banana, and you basically just sending your computer audio straight to the Voice Meter input, the virtual input. And then here you can just control your outputs. So I have one output going to my main output, out my audio interface, and then one going to cable input. And then on this Vision 4X, you can run it as a standalone application and just set the input to the cable input, your virtual cable. Where was that? Over here. So I got cable output. And then it all works.
All right.
Hey Jules, happy Friday smiley face.
All right. Next person is Oscar. Shallow. Well, I quite like Shallow. This is a remix. Kick feels really nice, and the mix overall feels really nice so far. Oh yeah, this is another cool feature, is you can freeze, like just hitting this button freezes the display. So like you wanted to have a look at some sort of issue here, you could freeze it and try and figure it out. Pretty cool. like the kick doesn't sound as good over here as it did over there. Yeah, that sounds way better. I think it's one of the hats or shakers or something that's like just doesn't sound nice over the kick. Maybe you can find which one it is and just like sidechain it to the kick transient so that the kick can keep sounding nice. Yeah, I feel like it hasn't really progressed much from here to here. Like it kind of feels like the same idea, same sort of loop. So maybe some additional like pads or something, just playing some more harmonies in there to kind of lift this and make it feel a bit more like a climax. Otherwise, yeah, mostly it's pretty good. Enjoyed listening to it. Yeah, I didn't really notice the vocal not fitting the mix, like Mason said. Let's see. It sounds like it's mixed fine to me. The vocal's nice in parts, it just doesn't sit in the same space as the rest of the song. Oh, more at the start. Oh, you mean here? Oh, you mean here? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, maybe they're a little bit dry because the rest of the track's so like ambient that now when they come through this dry, it kind of feels a bit out of place. So yeah, maybe you can just put like a nice long reverb on a send, like a shimmer or something, and then just make them a bit more ambient. Some delays and some reverbs. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Next person. Dumboon. don't like that little like transient that hits after the kick every time. Over here at least. This thing. This guy. I don't know if that was intentional, but it kind of almost feels like the kick is doing some sort of clicking thing. Yeah. I don't know, but maybe it is rhythmic. It sounds like it's on the next 16th or something. So maybe it works later on in the track, I'm not sure. The kick did sound better with everything else in it, so yeah. Yeah, so far it feels nice. I think instead of just dropping the sub so like abruptly over there, you could have like maybe a little sub hit or fade the sub out slower or something. Yeah, really digging the melody on this. It's super nice. I quite like the clap. I don't think it's too loud. Maybe you could try bringing it down like 1 or 2 dB. The only thing I think I would work on is maybe the sound design a little bit on this main lead. It's like a little bit plain sawy to me. I just feel like maybe you could put it on some parallel distortion or something that's like a multi-band distortion, like Saturn or something. And you could just give it a bit more like character in the mid-range, some resonance or something to just make it sound a bit less init. Definitely works and it sounds nice, so don't go changing it too much. But I'm just saying, like, a little bit can go a long way, a little bit of parallel distortion or some sort of parallel processing on it. Okay, cool. Next up, Elias. Elias? Don't know if I'm saying it right. There you go. That's some Afterlife looking background. Is that like AI generated? That's pretty cool. I've seen some insane AI generated stuff, and I've started noticing people using it for like commercial art. Like I saw it on the sample pack cover and it looked really cool. It was like an astronaut playing a synthesizer, like flowers around it. And you can tell it's AI generated. Let me find it quick, actually. I want to show you. Yeah, this one right here. You can see it's AI generated if you like. Oh, I can't zoom into this image. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, it's gone. Where? Oh well, I can't seem to zoom into that, but it is. You can always tell if you look at the synthesizer and like really zoom in on the buttons and dials and stuff. You can see it's all like artifacty and stuff. But this turned out insanely nicely. I don't know if the whole thing's generated. But that's some pretty sweet art that you don't have to even pay for. I want to get into it and learn how to make cool stuff like that. Learn the prompting. I guess that's what you gotta do. Anyway. Hey, Twitch people, by the way. That sub is coming in way too strong there. Yeah, it's I think you need to work on this mix down. The sub is too loud. It kicks
Alright.
too
Feedback
soft in
smiley
the sub.
face.
Probably because of the loudness of the other sub. So I wouldn't go turning the kick up, I'd just turn down the sub. And then I don't know, the track just kind of feels a bit empty because the main element's basically the sub, and then you've just got some like ambience in the background. I think that melody is like too disconnected and sparse to be anything memorable. Yeah, it feels too empty here. I think overall the track feels like it's got some basic elements, but it needs to be filled out. Tracks don't need to be complex and have tons of layers, but you know, you can have a simple track with like one or two main elements, but those elements should fill the track out. And here it just feels quite empty. Yeah, that sub is just consuming every other element in this track. Manu, did you donate? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Do you remember donating? Yeah, I'm not gonna listen through the rest of it. It's kind of got the idea now. Oh, Manu is under Bamuna. Let's see. Show you what I'm seeing here. Do not see a Bamuna. Nope. All right. Next up is Athaum. Where are you at?
Enjoy.
Sounds like the kick is like distorting a little bit or something. Otherwise, I like the movement in the low end. Sounds good. Sounds like some stuff is also kind of a little bit out of key. I'm not sure what it is. I feel like it's one of these like background. Sounds almost like just a sine wave tone. Like a keypad, like somebody dialing something on a phone. Beep, 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 beep. Feels a little bit chaotic over here. I think I would like maybe remove one of the elements when you bring this tambourine in. Yeah, those are the things I was hearing that sounded out of key. These little beep, 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 beep. It's like they're playing a weird harmony, like there's two notes that are just like a semitone apart or something, and one of those notes is not in key, or it's just dissonant or something. It's mostly this high one. Dup, dup. Yeah, there's definitely elements that I'm liking here. Like this section feels good, but then this gets just too much. It's like too splashy, first of all, like the drums wise, and then this everything being played over each other is just too chaotic. I feel like it would be nice to just drop a few elements and have it a bit more minimal through here. Yeah, I kind of agree with other people are saying. The melodies, they feel very like a sample just being looped over and over. So there's no like variation in it. So it might be better to like either just play that loop for like 4 bars and then have a gap and then maybe make some changes to it slightly. Could be anything, could even be like changes in processing and then play it again and then have a break from it. Or you could go in and edit it somehow and maybe try and change some notes here and there. Or like reverse it or just find a different part of the sample, chop it up or something, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, otherwise it's a good track. Like the groove is good and the low end feels like it's got a lot of potential. Like it's just it sounds a bit distorted and like boomy. So I think you could like maybe tighten up some envelopes, like shorten the kick slightly, and you could even try putting it into a different key. So like maybe that sub won't feel so boomy in a higher key or a lower key or something. But yeah, the actual like way the low end is composed, it's nice and groovy. Alrighty. Shri. Feels good so far. Yeah, the bass line is mixed nicely, feels good, but I'm not a huge fan of the bass progression. I feel like you could do a more riffy kind of bass line for this style. Like playing an actual like melody in the bass. I think the movement from like that tonic, it sounds like you're going up to the third or something. That just feels a bit happy. There's those crystals that I really don't like hearing. Get rid of the crystals. They're aligning my chakras. My chakras. Oh, I really like that, like kalimba sound over here. That doo-dum, doo-dum. I feel like that needs to be like the hook. But not when it changes notes. I think it should just stay like that. Yeah, just keep it on those 3 notes. Really, really nicely mixed. Some really nice ideas in there. I just want to hear that little kalimba thing more, just staying on those first few notes. I think it would be so nice to hear that through here. And like you could maybe like every once in a while step away from those notes, but just stick to those 3 because they feel great. Cool. Okay, who's next? James Jarvis. Hey James, let's check it out. Living Daylights. The image here is... What's it? What song is this from? This is from James Bond, so yeah. It makes sense. I've heard this before, but I haven't heard it since he's worked on it. So let's see.
They drive where we go. I swear my nerves are shaking. They drive where we go. I swear my nerves are shaking. Set my hopes up way too high. Living's in the way.
I think the lead there is just a bit too loud. And now it feels a bit too empty over here. But yeah, I like the way it like drops in on Way We Die. Sounds cool. Before that, I'm not a huge fan of the vocal. It just doesn't connect with me. But I know it's like a remix. But yeah, otherwise pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think this key change works in this track. I would just stay away from that section. There's like little sine wave boom, 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 boom things. They sound like they're in a different key. And the transient on them is like super clicky. So I think I would just probably like stick with this idea here and take that into the breakdown instead of doing this key change, because it just doesn't sound great to me. It feels out of key. Yeah, just from a key perspective, it's a bit of a mess going through here. Like it feels like there's like 5 key changes. there's some really cool like movement on that main synth there, but the synth in the background playing the like hook, it's just kind of like sitting a bit too loud. I think you could probably like filter that down and push it more to the back, and also just bring down the synth work in volume overall, because it's kind of drowning out the rest of the track. That little bit over here, I reckon you could reuse that through the track. Yeah, that sounds like it has some potential for a whole nother idea. Okay. Next up is I'm going to start moving a bit quicker because I'm running out of time. Oh my lord. We have a lot to get through. Yeah, I'm going to start moving very quickly through these because I got to be gone in like half an hour. And we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tracks to get through. That gives me like 2 minutes per track. Shit. Okay, Elio music, Shanga time. Elio. No. Shanga. There we go. So I'm going to have to like jump through tracks too, otherwise I'm not going to make time. But yeah, so far sounding pretty solid. Yeah, definitely some cool elements. I think you said you're trying to make it like psytrancey. It doesn't feel very psytrancey, but I think it's mostly the sound choices. Like the kick drum doesn't feel, you know, like if you listen to psytrance, it's like typically this kind of really clean kick drum with a very like sharp pitch decay on it. I'm also not really an expert, and I don't really listen to it, but from what I've heard, generally a bit quicker. Yeah, this is like psytrance-y. I think this almost just feels like I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Some sort of house, but doesn't feel like psytrance-y. Like almost like progressive. Yeah. Those double kicks sometimes, I think you should just take the second kick and turn it down like 5 dB, because it sounds almost like, you know, in a DJ messes up a mix and the kick drums like goes double time. I think that silence was too long and too silent. Don't worry about mono compatibility with a pad. It doesn't matter. Like, unless the pad is genuinely disappearing in mono. A pad is... Literally part of a pad is phasing. That's like, pads are made by taking sound waves and phasing them in all different ways. So they're never going to be like perfectly in phase. Otherwise it's like just a solid sound. I mean, if a pad's like a detuned saw wave with a bunch of reverb on it, obviously some of those waveforms are going to be going in and out of phase. And if you're looking at it like a correlation meter and going, oh, my pad's phasing, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Listen to it in mono and see if it actually does disappear. If it does disappear, then you've got some weird issue, because I've never heard a pad disappear in mono. I'm going to have to move on from this one. But yeah, pretty cool. Lots of crazy ideas in there. Yeah, nice one. I'm going to have to actually go a bit faster than this. Scheiße. Where are we? Julian Schwartz. There we go.
I let you down. You told me the lie, but I wanna be through, 'cause
I think the kick's too loud, and the snare, I would like try pitching that down a bit. Yeah, it's nice, like harmonically, and the vocal's quite nice. It's just the drums, I think, mostly in this one that I would work on. Like with this style, I think it's better to go for more like acoustic sounding kick drums, like a nice, like breathy texture on them, and just really gentle kind of kick. And same thing with the snare. This sounds like an 808 snare or something. Go with like more of a something out of like a sampled break or something. Just a bit softer and lower down too.
I let you down. You told me the lie, but I wanna be through the love, 'cause
Not a huge fan of the melody there. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, sorry to be so quick, guys. I gotta hurry up. Next up is Craig Faded. Oh my gosh, why can't I find this? There we go. Queue is long today. I don't know how that happened.
Down to the moment, down to your spine. Lost to be broken is what I found. It's forever and ever.
Okay, I think the kick could be like a little more thumpy in the low end, like taking out some 200 hertz or 150 and boosting the sub a little bit. And like sound design wise, the lead could be less sustained. I think more like tighter envelopes.
Down to your spine. Down to your spine. Lost to be broken is what I found. It's forever and ever.
Yeah, I think overall maybe just like the low end could just be a bit heavier. You could try boosting the sub a bit or try transposing the track down a bit. Okay. Next person is Adam Keener. Okay. The release on that like sub might be a bit long, or it's not really the sub, it's like a bit more around 100 hertz. You can hear it like fading out and it's kind of quite resonant. The groove is nice though, and the melody is quite catchy. Vocal feels a little out of time sometimes. And this high synth that's going to it feels a bit like basic. And maybe just work on the sound design of that. Automations on that synth are cool now. It feels a bit better than it did, but I still feel like it's maybe you could just use a bit of reverb on it or something. Just feels kind of almost like too clean. Okay, next tune is Michael Anthony. Yeah. Kick sounds nice. Tough Nico, we still got like 4 people before we get to you. I don't know what it is. It's like you got a side chain on everything or something, like a really short side chain, but something, it feels like too deep. I don't know what it is. It might be that your kick is just too subby, so maybe bringing that down a bit would work, or maybe it is that you got like this really deep side chain that's like really short on everything else. It feels like it's like cutting the track. But yeah, it's nicely mixed otherwise, and that section was quite nice. This drop didn't quite do it for me with just this one note thing. By the time we get to the drop, it kind of just, the effect of it has worn off, I think. Yeah, solid. This section feels much better than this one over here. I like how the lead's now a bit more detuned there. Might be nice to like just drop in here without that one note lead and just have it like a bit more ambient or something. I'm not sure. But nice work otherwise. Okay. Wem. Wem is up next. It's a cool lead. I think the kick is too clicky though. Cool. Yeah, that was definitely a nice lead. It's a very short track, so hard to give more feedback than that, but I like the idea. Where is Manu? Muna. Lovely drums. Really nailed the mix and the drums on this, and like the overall groove. Everything's really nice. That sub is so good. Absolute tune. I'd love to like listen to the whole thing properly. Unfortunately, I'm just so short on time. But yeah, I don't have anything for you to improve. I'd say it sounds solid to me, like really nice. Doesn't feel like it has much of a lead to it. It's just kind of like it's like ambient progressive track, but it works. I think you could still have something more leady on it though. Okay, next up is Andrew Magana, Mr. Developer who made our feedback bot. I'm eternally grateful. Where is Andrew? There we go. I think the drums need like this ride or this open hat that you're using is too acoustic. Like it needs to be cleaned up a bit. It's like really consuming the whole track. There's a bit of a dissonance between the lead and this like harpy thing. It feels like they might be in a different key or something. That wham wham sounds like it's in a different key to the melody. The drum groove is really nice on this though. Just needs to, the actual sounds need to be cleaned up and like EQ'd and yeah, especially that hat. That's like really taking up so much room in the mix. Oh, Eggplant. Why did you remove your track? I think we can still get to it. Right. Who's next? Really sorry guys for like rushing through all the last tracks. But yeah, I've got a one-on-one session to give and I need a little time to prepare for it. So I've got to get going. So Tough Nickel, your turn. Please relax, Tough Nickel. I am doing your track. You've asked like 15 times. Feels a bit like not much is happening here, but the drums, like the kick drum sounds nice and the bass sounds nice. I think you should bring that lead that was in there back into here. It's a cool lead. Pretty cool. Not a fan of that like perk loop that's coming over here though. I think these gaps feel a little too empty. Yeah, it all comes together nicely over here, like, sounds pretty good. Okay. Right. Robert, are you sure you want me to skip your track? Really appreciate your willingness to assist. Let's check if he's put it back in. I really need to make these feedback sessions longer somehow, so I can get through more people. Right, well, thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate it. Pampas. Let's see where you're at. Sometimes search works and sometimes it doesn't. Don't know why. Yeah, I immediately don't like the kick. The transient is like too clicky. I think you got too much swing on that hat loop. That like almost feels like it's dragging or something. It's just too swung. Yeah, the bass through here without the drums sounds really good, so it just tells me that it's the drums that's the main issue. I think the ARP sound design could use work, like a nice snappy short envelope would sound better. It's kind of just like feels a bit basic at the moment. Yeah, so try playing with the envelopes on that little ARP. Maybe like some distortion too would be good. Yeah, pretty cool section, feels nice. I think the sound design could just use work. It feels a bit too like plain sine wave / square wave. Yeah, just like some nice processing and playing with envelopes to get it sounding just a bit, I don't know what word to use, quality. All right, Last track of the day goes to Anand, and we have him over here, taking us into the weekend. Don't like the click on this. Snare roll feels a bit lonely. The bass line is cool, but it feels a bit squashed, like it's lacking dynamics in the actual like pluck envelope. Need less sustain and like shorter decay. It just feels like a block of sound each little pluck. That makes sense. I think maybe it's actually just been distorted too much. That lead that goes, it's a nice melody, but I think if you had a really like impressive sound playing it, it would work a lot nicer. Like a big, fancy, distorted sound with like a big, long reverb on it. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that first song in the stream is released. Yes, it's called When the Sun Goes Down. It's on my Spotify profile. Wherever it is. There we go, this one. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you tonight, 8 p.m. for the next live stream where we're going to be producing our 14th track, I think. Yeah, 14th track so far. 14 tracks in January so far. Pretty crazy. All right, have a good one. Have a lovely weekend. If I don't see it on the live stream, goodbye. And thanks for all the donations. Appreciate it.